I came up with 5 amazing leadership habits that I don't see a lot of people talk about, but they can make a world of a difference in your work. And even if you've seen hundreds of leadership videos on YouTube already, I hope this one will still be surprising. It is actually very late at night, but I don't feel sleepy, so I decided, why not record the video? So enjoy my midnight ambiance. And the first one is spot your stress before it takes you over. It doesn't matter what we do and how we work, a certain level of stress is unavoidable, and we just need to accept this. And there are plenty of ways and tools to manage your stress. But those leaders who are able of working in very tough conditions sustainably and productively have a habit of spotting their stress when it starts, not when it's already semi-chronical. Here's why it's important. Imagine a manager and a big important deadline that is approaching. The big date is getting closer and maybe your team is still kind of relaxed, but you already feel the tension or you sense that some things are not going well or as planned. With that, you're getting an additional background anxiety. Stress affects our performance. We're not feeling that well and we're getting less productive. But this manager cannot sacrifice the deadlines just because he's feeling less productive. And so, while you have less energy because you are stressed, you still prioritize your work. And it means that there will be things that will automatically lag behind. Now, tell me, what do you think are the things that will automatically lag behind? Because one way or another, you have to give something up. And many people, often without even realizing it, start sacrificing what I would call people-related things. They cannot find time and energy to be nice to others, to positively encourage their team, and to reward them for small wins along the way. They are going into this very tensed mode where only business things is allowed. No, we don't have time for that. Let's get to work. No, we won't spend 5 minutes on an icebreaker. Let's discuss business. We don't have time. We all need to focus people. How don't you understand that? Can you imagine how the team under a manager in this state would feel? Stress is very contagious. When we as managers fail to manage our stress, it's like a poison to a teamwork. That's why the habit of spotting your stress early is so helpful, not only for your personal health, but also for your team. And if you cannot fight your stress, which actually happens with any of us, do not bring this distractive mood to your team, because I promise you, you will not feel better and they will not feel better. But in the long run, of course, learn how to productively work with your stress. Second habit is to learn your natural leadership style and accept it. Okay, there are tons of classifications of different leadership styles, and to be honest, many of them I don't find practically helpful. I will give you a simple one that I think it's easier to kind of associate with yourself, just for you to have at least a vague idea on what type of leadership style is more natural to you personally. And for that, I need you to answer 2 simple questions. Number 1, when you need to make decisions, do you rather consult with others before that or rather not? And second question, when you manage others or when you need something from someone, are you rather assertive or not forceful? Depending on your answers, there may be 4 possible options. If you rather consult before decision making and you're rather assertive, you are cooperator. You like for everyone to be on the same page in the same info fields, and you enjoy consulting with other people, but in the end, you set the tone yourself. If you consult before the decision making and you're not that aggressive or not that forceful, you're sympathetic. You like to be a part of a team's life, exchange opinions and create something together, but not deciding for the whole group. If you don't consult with others before decision making and you are rather assertive, it's a profile of an instructor. You know what you want from others and you mainly trust yourself. Finally, If you don't like consulting with others before decision making and you're not forceful and not assertive, you are independent. That's a leadership profile where people just prefer to work in their own way that is comfortable to them. Some people have one dominating style of managing others, and many actually can exercise 2 or 3 from the list. Once you identified yours, the first step is to accept it. There are so many benefits in any of these managerial styles, especially depending on the role that you occupy. And second, remember that when you are very stressed, hello, point 1 from the list, you have the dark sides of your natural leadership style shining through. For example, as a manager myself, for me it's natural to be a cooperator. I'm open to opinions, I make decisions after checking with others and can ask questions or ask for other people's help if I need it. But when I'm stressed or I'm under pressure, I can actually reach out and consult with other people way too much before actually making a decision. I will hesitate a lot and it won't go anywhere. This is just another side of a leadership style that is more natural to me. I know this about myself and I don't view it as a leadership failure. I accept this in me and learn how to mitigate. Also, we're all people, we're adaptive creatures, and we can use multiple leadership styles in different situations. But I personally believe that it's better to focus on your uniqueness than trying to, have a full house of leadership styles. Just prove to someone that you can do it all. Being this kind of a leadership generalist, it's not bad by itself, but let's start with the fact that not everyone can actually do that. Not everyone is capable of using all the leadership styles, and this is also normal. You should know what you're good at and know how to leverage it. We all play kind of corporate version of the game where you have to, like whack-a-mole, I think it's called, where basically every minute you have another email, another message, another something that you need to focus on or react to. We work late hours in order to finally answer all the emails and check all the messages. You already sense where I'm going with that, right? The reality is that flow of things never ends. And it's not a bad thing, it's just the way it is. One of the biggest skills in modern management is to actually be able to navigate through this constant swarm of things and still being able to move on towards your goals. As managers, we all have a rather operational side of work and a more long-term strategic side. And because these long-term things usually don't bite your leg every single minute, it's very easy to focus on operational things and abandon the other altogether. And when we are overly occupied with these operational things, we call it firefighting. Have you heard the saying that the work will occupy 100% of the time that you allocate to it? Well, that's exactly the case. If you want to do something in your work apart from cleaning up today's mess, you have to put this on pause. And how do you do that? You actually sacrifice doing some of your operational work, accept the consequences of that, but allocate time to more long-term parts of your job. There is no other way. Number 4, and I think this one is my favorite. You will become a better leader once you will develop a habit of thinking what kind of leader would you like to have for yourself. Basically, if you imagine yourself as an employee and you think what kind of manager would you ideally need. It may sound a little bit counterintuitive, but bear with me. First, answer me this. What leadership style do you think you would ideally want from your manager? Is it a cooperator that will be asking about your opinions on things? Or someone very visionary who would lead the way? Or empathetic that would always put you first? Or the conqueror that will show everyone how it's done by example? Thinking and reflecting on that is a priceless source of insights. And not just because you will know a type of manager that you are more compatible with. It puts us from the shoes of a manager to the shoes of the employee. When I think about leader that would work best for me, I cannot help but think, okay, I have a team. I wonder if my team also thinks about me from this angle. Am I the right leader for them? Do I even think about the leadership that they require to show their best work? So, in my humble opinion, this is an excellent exercise that develops a habit of thinking about leadership both up and down. Finally, number 5. A habit of doing random acts of kindness. It is pretty awesome to work in environments where leaders are doing random acts of kindness. It can be a coffee, a thoughtful message, or an offer to help. So many leaders that I observed underestimated these small gestures that can mean the world to someone in your team. Disclaimer though, it should be genuine and not generic. People are not stupid. They feel and see if you BS them just in order to say something nice. That's why I'm telling you that it's a habit, like a muscle that should be slowly trained. But if you master it, it will help you and your team in so many ways. It does require an effort, but it is worth it. Be this leader who surprises their team with random acts of kindness. Small but sincere things that are not generic. We're all people in the end. Thank you for watching, and I will leave here a link to a playlist that I created with all my videos related to modern management. I hope you like it.